Many times, according to Meghan Markle, titles really mean nothing. She must regret really saying that on that big TV show opposite Oprah Winfrey. I mean, there's no two ways about it. Clearly, titles mean everything to Meghan. Insists on being called Meghan, Duchess of Sussex. Is she ever going to go and visit Sussex again? I mean, how do the people of Sussex feel? I've often wondered that, because they're there as titles branded around the world, and yet there's absolutely no support for that wonderful county. It's a lovely area of the United Kingdom. I mean, truly got some wonderful places around that particular area, favourite of mine at least. But what's interesting to note here is that while the titles rage on and the battles rage on about the Duke and Duchess of titles, slowly, very slowly, things are edging forward. Not in the way, though, that the Duke and Duchess will be very happy with. Let me explain. Morning, you all right? Yes, well, evening, I know, I'll get there in the end, I know. You're going to bed, make sure you have a lovely night, keep warm if it's that time of the year or wherever you are, particularly if you're in the United Kingdom right now, yeah. I love the fact that recently there was this story going around that, people were saying, oh, it's so warm here in London. Not if you're a visitor and you're not used to it. It's a little bit milder than usual, but trust me, Oh, I know you're going to be careful. You get the climate activists coming after you then, don't you? It's frightening. You can't say anything. Let's move on. Back as ever to your royal story of the day. The royal website, as we told you recently, is visited by millions of people every single year. No two ways about it. Very popular. I like it actually because they update it on a regular basis. Lots of history. Beautiful shot pictures as well, it has to be said. Where would we be without a website now for looking for information? How times have changed. You had to get a book years ago, didn't you? But as we told you, Meghan Markle was not keen on her picture on the royal website and insinuated that, she wouldn't mind it being changed for a more modern, up-to-date approach. Well, that was dismissed, obviously. And then, of course, you will notice now that the HRH titles have been removed very succinctly, some people might suggest, from the website. There's more to come, though, let me tell you, because what's happening in the new year, according to a very well-placed source, is this. The website's going to have a refresh. They normally do it about twice a year, and basically it's like, let's look at what we need, what we don't need. Is there anything new to add? Maybe a redesign, that sort of stuff. But the plan will be to rest certain elements of the website. And I've been told on good authority that Meghan and Harry could be rested and tested while they redesign the site. And maybe, just maybe, remember you're hearing this first, they may not be returning so prominently or if at all on the website. This would be greeted by a lot of people's happiness because, as I told you before, a lot of people do not understand. Yes, they're family members, but they're not working, they're not doing anything for the monarchy. They're not ambassadors, they don't promote it. They are literally a nuisance to the British monarchy and the British people. So one could suggest, why should they have the platform for this? So what I've been told is simply this, that while this is the removal of their titles is a nice gesture, as one can imagine, well, the next stage will be to rest the duo. And by rest, as we all know in the show business terms, mean you may come back or you may not. Now, what's the betting? I'll leave that bit up to you. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.